Welcome to Autonomy CEO Corner. I'm your host, Dennis Dicker. Let's get started, shall we? Let's take a close look on how you scale using Autonomy. Remote staff will need many tools while in remote locations to be successful. Through the years, I was fortunate and unfortunate enough to run into the many problems plaguing the home healthcare industry, so you don't have to. Our goal is so you don't have to go through these problems, and there's a win-win situation for everyone because you are able to directly communicate with me, the CEO, the developer of the application, who also has experience in developing technology, as well as on the front lines of regulation changes within the home healthcare industry. As a result, I'm able to bring all this knowledge together to help you succeed and be successful so you can focus on value-based care. As a computer engineer and previous patent examiner, I am a researcher of many technologies, and I'm able to, again, research and see value in different technologies many years before they even reach the public. I would love for each and every one of you to become Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business graduates. This is how. Definitely journal. Within your team, you're able to create channels. You can create a journal channel. All right. Within your journal channel, each day you can quickly just, again, write things that are important to you and important to your business. Things that you've learned that day, things that you feel as though would bring value, or things that you don't feel as though would bring value. If you find it frustrating as far as the licensing process, you definitely want to start to journal so you can track progress and really do self-reflection as you grow as a CEO of your business. All right. What you can do to make it easier for you in the future, you can just make a journal form. Right? With the journal entry form, you can have a requirement for a picture or entry words, something that simple. Okay. See if I could quickly find a picture here. All right, let's try that. All right. All right, so this is a simple way to keep track of um, journal entries within your team. This channel within your team can be a private channel, so only you can see it. All right. We can always add members. Right now, it could be just you, like a real journal. It's HIPAA compliant. No one can see it. All right. If you do want to add more people, you can add members, and you can also adjust notifications within the channel. That way, you can always be on alert of things that are happening within that channel. All right. So, for example, if you have a group of staff, you can have them all in one channel, and they can all share ideas or discuss things similar to a group chat, but for business, and you can be on alert there. Your staff can also use autonomy for personal items and activities. The point of the application is to help more people improve their social determinants of health, be able to communicate with people more efficiently, be able to save items and documents like a Dropbox much easier, be able to discuss things much easier related to items. Overall, help more people be in control of their care and receive care from those that want to give care properly. And what that means is, with autonomy, we're also helping the CEOs, you all, be more efficient in your business so you can focus on those clients and they can receive the best services. They don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but with autonomy, we can all build a brand and a network that is of value. The value add is the fact that you're able to, through the mobile application or web application, be able to communicate directly with your staff. All right. You can set up a call. You can set up an audio call, a video call. You can send an audio message. You can send a video. You can send a chat message, which, again, different notifications based on the staff liking. There's no way someone that's on the clock as a staff of your business can ignore you or blatantly provide services that are unauthorized. Within autonomy, we can provide continuous training. All right, these are all items that are needed so you can stay in compliance. Participants within your organization receiving services. You'll have a documentation trail that you can always share with their family or advocates or case managers, support coordinators. And this is very important. When you have a documentation trail, you'll be confident in your service delivery. You'll be confident in if there are any allegations about service delivery. You don't want to be blindsided. It's the worst feeling ever with remote staff. You don't have a handle or you don't have a camera like a police officer on everything that they're doing. All right. We do have manual entries by the actual staff right now. In the future, we will have manual entries, which are those quick notes, as well as sensors to combine the documentation. With our sensors and manual documentation, we now have a verifiable information that someone was at this particular location at this time. We can then start to add on additional items, such as, okay, you were at this location at this time, do this, right? Items like that, right? So these are all examples of different activities or events. We can start to really assign your different staff. All right, if there's a meeting, if there's a task that they need to complete at a certain time or location, this can be done. Within that event or activity, we can assign specific items with directions. Those directions are step-by-step steps that we can assign to a staff or even a client can be within these forms. For example, if the activity is to boil an egg, within the activity, is what you can see here, we can have a form which will display step by step on how to boil the egg. All right. We also have a training where a client or a staff that wants to learn how to boil an egg, if they walk into a room at a certain time, such as if it's breakfast and they're wanting to live a more independent life, the client can walk into the kitchen at, say, 8 a.m. when they're supposed to make breakfast, and they can automatically receive an alert with video directions or step-by-step instructions within a form on how to complete that task of boiling an egg. All right. So these types of ways to train staff, be able to give further instructions to clients if staff are not there, it really comes into the overall quality assurance goals of CMS and Medicaid, home and community-based services for many years to come. There are millions of DSPs looking to be hired in the next 5-10 years. The autonomy application is positioned to properly train staff after recruiting them, make sure that you're in compliance when recruiting them. When providing services, make sure that, again, you're always in compliance and there's a documentation trail. The best way we can make sure that there's a documentation trail is to teach the staff from the beginning. Within our courses, we have the DSP 123. As far as following up, it's definitely to make sure those quick notes are completed every hour. We're seeing some cases where people are completing quick notes every other hour or every, I would say, every 3 hours. You really don't want to fall into that. The reason why is you don't know what's going on within a 1 hour, 2 hour time period. You're only going by word of mouth, and you don't know your staff. You do know them after hiring them, but you don't know their history. We know their history from a criminal background check, but you don't really know their personal life. You don't know who they're talking to on a daily basis. You don't know what they're going through. So it's very important that no matter what, they are documenting the mood of the client, what's going on at that time, at minimum. If your staff are unable to complete those basic entries, please shorten the quick note so it is a quick note, right? And it's easy for staff to be able to just check in if they don't want to describe everything that's going on, if the activity was not worked on during that time or progress was not made during that time, which is very hard to understand because within an hour, 2 hour time period, I'm pretty sure there was a prompt of some sort to the client, right? And it's very difficult for a staff to remember all of that after an hour or two or after 3 hours, right? All right. And so those little gems could really help you scale within your business using autonomy, because we have the ability to jump on a quick call, share your screen, document everything. You really shouldn't have many issues with your staff that are out in the field. You should be able to resolve all those issues with these tools that are in place so that the client can receive the best services. Please tell everyone about Autonomy.com. For anybody 18 years of age or older, you can earn a living wage by just simply start training today. For clinicians, occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech therapists, behavioral specialists. You can have a work-life balance using autonomy. Any other solution, you will have administrative staff and you will have the burden of growing your business. With autonomy, you have a network of clinicians that are also starting and scaling their business. Thanks for watching, everybody.